Jesus tells a parable about a wedding feast where the king sends out invitations and the invited guests, they refuse to come. The king responds and tells his servants to just go out into the streets and to gather everyone, anybody they find, both bad and good. It doesn't matter. They're all welcome. Fill the hall. Invite everybody. Now the king enters this marriage feast. He looks out over the crowd and sees a man who is not wearing what is appropriate for the place. He says that man isn't in his marriage garments. Now, from that culture and that time and place, we would understand that if a person was too poor and invited to a fancy feast, that the person who invited them would provide garments. In this case, that was the king. So the king has provided garments for his guests, and he looks out and he sees somebody not wearing those garments. The king's response is to have that person bound, and he says, thrown into outer darkness. I want you to know that we've all been invited to this feast. This is a feast of the marriage supper of the Lamb. It's talked about in Revelation, and we've all been given garments. In Revelation, we see that garments are given of pure white linen. The Bible says that we're clothed in Jesus' righteousness. But so often it feels like we don't put those garments on when we walk in before Jesus. And what's the king's response? What is the Father's response when we walk in beggarly rags, when he's given us wedding linens? He gave you a place. He gave you a position. He clothed you in righteousness. And if you reject that righteousness and say, oh, woe is me, I'll still come, I'll respect the invite. But if you maintain a false sense of humility, if you maintain, woe is me, I'm nothing, when God says, I've put you in a place of honor, then the king is going to look out and he's going to see you. God is sifting the hearts of men. He's looking for those who are accepting his gifts. His gifts are gifts of righteousness. But recognize that if we reject the garments that he's given to us, it doesn't end well for us. This is a call to step up, to recognize the position that he's put you in, because he's put you in a position of honor. Are you going to walk in that position of honor, or are you going to put the rags back on? You're going to say, woe is me, I'm a sinner. Are you going to identify with the sinner, or are you going to identify with the clothes of righteousness that Jesus has given to you? Are you going to walk in rags of a sinner, or are you going to walk with your head held high like someone invited to the feast of the King of the universe?